Hey there, Taurus. This is a general reading for the week of March 28th through April 3rd, 2022. We're going to be taking a look at where a recent story is ending for you. We're going to be looking at how a new story begins for you and also themes for that new story that are coming up. So in April, there is a new moon in Aries on the first of the month. And for you, Taurus, that will impact your 12th house of secrets. So that would include anything that's hidden, fears, desires, secret enemies, even, basically the down deep, maybe dirty aspects of ourselves that are kind of undercover. So maybe that will kind of be revealed in this reading. But the new moon in Aries, an opportunity to kind of set intentions for boundaries, power, authority, confidence even. So what we have here for you, your story that is closing, we have Mason jar, mentorship, protection. So with this card, it kind of tells a story about how in the South, years ago, parents would teach their children how to preserve fruits, foods, to kind of keep them through the winter. That was more valuable than teaching their kids how to read or write. But here it's more about, for you, this idea of someone protecting you or kind of showing you the ropes, that kind of ending. Perhaps you are kind of moving on from some type of schooling or education, or maybe even in a career you're starting to advance. But that's the ending of your story there. You have here, in terms of your new story, it begins with polarity. Integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. So this card pretty much is pointing out those dark hidden aspects of ourselves, that it's basically saying to look at it, recognize what it is, accept it, and use it to your advantage. So we'll look at the tarot cards on how that can take place. In terms of upcoming themes, you have breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. This card kind of indicates setting a new path, going into uncharted territory. So, interesting so far. Let's take a look at what this is about. Alright, so this mentorship, protection, this mason jar closing. What is that story about? You have the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. So it seems that to some degree this could be like a relationship, a romantic relationship, where someone was offering kind of love, investing in the relationship, but not really getting what they wanted, and that could be kind of you. So let's see where you fit into this. You have the Page of Pentacles. So it's almost, for the Page of Pentacles, it's usually a sense of being, like learning a new value of something. I'm getting a sense of slight like immaturity, and not really, I guess, understanding the value of what was available to you. So I'm thinking the person here that has like the kind of the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the person that invested and really didn't get what they were hoping for. I'm thinking it's more the other person than you. So let's take a look at the Knight of Cups a little bit. You have the Emperor. So was someone a little bit in that kind of mentorship role, in the sense of that person maybe was more confident, more established in their life, maybe in their career, and them having attention placed on you felt good. But in terms of whether it was reciprocated, that kind of romantic feelings, I'm not so sure. So let's see why there's this idea of not getting back what was invested. Seven of Wands. So I think it was like basically that individual had a sense that they weren't really getting the attention in the same way. So let's see how this kind of is ending here, how you see it ending. You have the Hermit. So basically I think you are kind of taking what you learned, taking the experience, and tucking it away in this little mason jar as part of your wisdom, just part of growing and learning. So let's see how you feel about this Four of Cups, because I'm thinking even though you weren't really romantically involved or on that same level as they were, there was still some kind of disappointment. Maybe you were hoping it would turn into something more romantic on your end or lead to something else. Let's see. Ace of Pentacles. It's almost just a sense of prosperity. Like they were maybe showing you things on how they were investing money, or how they saved their money, or even following like their routine on how to approach people, how to kind of assess a situation. You were learning in that experience, and for you it was about protection for you in terms of kind of financial security. But let's see how this adds to your new story here about polarity. There can be no light without dark. So usually we kind of shine a spotlight on the positive aspects of ourselves that we like, and we kind of shove away the things that we don't want other people to see. So let's see what you were shoving away. You have Queen of Wands. You have Ace of Wands. And you have the Three of Pentacles. So I think what you were shoving away, at least in that situation, was your passion, your confidence, and excitement. It's almost as if you knew, or you know, what it is to be excited and passionate about somebody, and you were willing to kind of put that away and not bring it out to breathe, because you were using this experience as a way to enhance your other abilities, which in part was kind of a sense of working with others. It's almost like you saw it as a teamwork, like a business relationship. So let's see here. Let's see, I mean, I'm not necessarily seeing that as a bad thing. So let's see what the result was of you kind of shoving away your passion here in the Ace of Wands. You have the Star. So it kind of is a sense of that hope, that idea where you kind of want something and you're hoping for it. It's as if you just let that kind of hope not exist for a bit. Let's see here. In terms of looking at that relationship as like a business relationship where you're just kind of learning new skills or enhancing skills, what's so bad about that? Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. So it's almost kind of saying that you are looking at the situation as you are not complete, or you are not where you want to be. So definitely when you kind of go into, let's use like a job as an example, and you're new on the job, you're learning things, you recognize you don't know what you need to get ahead in that organization just yet. But when it comes to relationships and matters of, the heart or passion, what kind of gives you your vibrancy, kind of taking away that hope, that zest from the situation, and looking at it as a job where you're kind of learning skills, kind of put you in a place of like limiting mindset, where you have this potential for kind of being this really outgoing, vibrant individual. So let's see what if there's no light without dark, let's see what the dark of the Queen of Wands is. You have the Three of Wands, which I'm getting a sense here that this concept of relying on others or having to prove yourself to others, and just overall like desires of success, is kind of at the dark aspect of it. It's not saying you wouldn't stop for anything, for success. But let's see, why is this like an issue for you right now? You have the Knight of Swords, which is kind of a sense of pursuing truth, what's right, and it's really about actions, about being, you know, having a plan, making things go, just making things happen for you. So how does this kind of, I'm noticing, I think this is the only Swords card that you have. It is. So what kind of brought about this idea for truthful communication or making things right? Two of Wands. So I think it's kind of like you took this experience that you're ending off, became a little bit more aware of who you are, what you learned from that situation, and really you're like kind of seeing where you can go from here. And I do think that you are wanting to do things a little bit more honestly next time. So you have this theme of breaking trail. Let's see what breakthroughs are going to be happening. You have the Sun. You have the Hanged Man. And the Four of Pentacles. So it is a sense of you will have like a sense of clarity through kind of being alone for a little bit, seeing things from a different perspective, and kind of dropping your ego a bit. It will put you in a situation where you are going to have to kind of take care of yourself. So definitely be aware of your finances and kind of budget. You're gonna have to budget for that. But basically it's almost an extension of the Hermit over here. So let's take a look at how this kind of unfolds here. You have the Queen of Swords. So this kind of honest, it's almost as if you are through this week where you kind of recognize the lights and darks of you, the things that are hidden in secret. You're going to start yearning for more independence and honest communication. And not saying that you are just going to kind of cut off emotions, but it's almost as if you weren't using your true voice before, because you were allowing that situation to take place, so that because you were learning something of value. And one of those values is honest communication of what you want, what things are. You're kind of stepping into your recognition and control over your life. So let's see what's up with the Hangman. You have the Two of Pentacles. So I think it is you are going to have to balance like fun and responsibility during this period, where you are kind of on your own, figuring out what it is, your wants, your needs, what you're capable of doing. And let's see what else. Let's see kind of this theme in this new story of breaking trail, what it could lead to. You have the King of Pentacles. So, yeah, it looks like you have a very interesting week ahead. That is kind of, it's a real learning experience. And I don't think, what I don't see here is a sense of kind of shame or guilt. And I'm not saying there should be, except in terms of this Five of Pentacles, in terms of this sense of this limiting belief. But it seems that this experience, no one was left lying on the ground bleeding with 10 swords in their backs. So that's great. And I'm hoping that this provides a helpful perspective of the week to get a more full picture of things. Be sure to check out your readings for sun, moon, and rising signs. We'll see you next time. Take care.